Welcome back to another Monday Night Live. Right now, I'm just talking to all you guys that are watching this in rewind time or the next time out available because currently at this point in juncture, there is nobody watching. So this is for you guys. Hey, we're back on another Monday Night Live. We're back to Pumpkinhead. It's been a bit. It's been a minute since we started working on this dude. So we're going to try to get some more done to him. What is this? Hang on. I'm getting notifications on my phone. Someone thinks it's important to talk to me. Let's see. Okay. Anyway. Hey, Lupin. Nice to see you here. Hey, Crack NTWK. Crack. Joey, what's up? All right, we're going to get back after this guy. The head. The head's what we're going to be playing with. So the last time I kind of got that stuff on there, but now I've got some mache wrapped around his head and a little bit of mache on the lower jaw. First thing I'm gonna do is glue this jaw onto this thing and kind of get it in position, and then we're gonna play with details. I think I'm gonna do. I've got some. I got some paper clay over here from the pumpkin that I just did a little bit ago. So I think I'm going to play with that tonight to start getting some detail. Get some detail on this guy, so we'll see how it goes. But the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of hot glue this jaw into place. And I got a picture that I exploded up here. I don't know if I can share screen with that or not. Can I? I wonder if I can. We'll see. Can I? We'll find out. Share screen. Share screen. Will it allow me to share? Okay. Looky there. So I can share this with you guys at the same time. How about that? Yeah, so there's a boatload of detail in the face of this thing. So the first thing I want to do is try to get this jaw basically set, you know, in close reference. I mean, from the bottom of the jawline to this cheekbone here. I really think I've got a lot more space on mine. So I don't know. I might cut, I don't know. I might just make this bigger on the cheekbone area here to pull it down closer. So we'll see. This one's going to be interesting. But anyway, we'll see about getting this in position, and then we're going to move on. I noticed in the picture, this jaw has a little bit of a, I guess you would call that an overbite, looks like. Anyway, in that pic, it looks like the bottom jaw is out a little bit further than the face there. So I'm going to try to replicate that as much as I can. I'm going to tag it with a little hot glue here. This is definitely going to be an interesting, well, it has been so far an interesting build. It's going to continue to be. It'll continue to be an interesting build. Hey, Craig! Holy cow! It's been a while, man. Missed you on the past couple of lives. Glad to see you year around and kicking. Oh, that's not gonna right. Let's do a little marking on this. And let's tack that into. Man, Halloween's creeping up. And I haven't even started making any new Halloween props yet. Linda, what's up? How are you? Hopefully you're doing good. Frady Zone, nice to see you tonight. Linda, are you at a standstill just because you're... I think last time you said you didn't do anything because you were intimidated. It's just paper and glue. We can always tear it back apart. Okay, that kind of gets the jaw into place a little bit right there. And if I go back and look at this, we got a tongue in here. We need to get into place first too. We got his teeth. There's some gum line on the bottom, gum line on the top. So I want to work on all the stuff inside the mouth there. So I'm going to work on, first thing I'll probably do is layer up inside here so we don't have this open hole back in the back anymore. Then we'll get us a tongue halfway situated in there. I'm going to have to do that tongue last. And I think my idea is I'm going to put clay in here for this bottom gun line that I can poke these little teeth into. So I'm going to have that clay in there first. Then I can put the tongue in there. Then I can start poking around with the teeth. I should have left this Remember a few weeks ago when I cut this roof out, the mouth, and now I have we shade that back up. Now I'm thinking that I maybe should have. You know what? I'll put a thin layer of clay there, and I'll put the teeth into that on the top side. I think that'll work. Let me have a look at this again. These bottom teeth aren't much for anything sharp except for the side pieces there. Upper ones are kind of... How am I going to play with that? Maybe I should just cut into this. I'll put a small ridge of clay on this. That's what I'll do. You'll put a small ridge of clay, add some teeth, and we can build up this snarl with some other stuff underneath. Okay, I think I've got... All right, I've got I've got an idea. I've got a direction that I'm going to go. So we need to get the mouth in there done a little bit. We need to throw some paper inside the mouth a little bit. Go ahead and get that kind of mached up inside so we can break some clay out. And we'll just clay no matter what, even with this wet mache in there, it'll all dry up. It'll all dry just fine. But I gotta get the details in this mouth done really before anything. And I can tell you right now, I'm gonna go ahead and set the teeth tonight too, I think, but I'm gonna regret that. I have a feeling, because I have a feeling it's gonna be hard to get back inside that mouth and do any painting later on, because it's a little bitty. Well, at least it's littler than what I'm used to dealing with. Woo, that's what she said. mm. Yep. That's the plan. 10 watching. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 talking. Who else is here? I don't know how many of you guys watched the giveaway the other night. That Cobwebs and Candlesticks did. Keith and Vic. It was a pretty good giveaway. I was on there for quite a while, and then towards the end, right, I almost watched the whole thing, and then family pulled me away at the last little bit. I don't know if anybody knows it. It was Hugh. What was Hugh's last name? Oh, what was that? That was Hugh Flesher won the pumpkin. I don't know if any of you guys. Hey, Linda, how are you? I don't know if any of you guys have, if you know him in any of the groups or whatever, talk to him or whatever. I know Keith hasn't hit me up with his infos just yet, so I don't know if anybody else might know him or know how to get a hold of him. As soon as I get his info, I can get that pumpkin out of here and to him. Linda Hines. We got both Lindas here tonight. It's been a while since we've had both Lindas. You know who I haven't seen in a while either? I haven't seen Oddities on here in a while. Craig is back finally. He's been gone for a while. Who else am I missing on here that's usually here? Oh, I haven't seen Reaper on here in a while. It's a Linda thing. Hopefully everything's okay with everybody. Right now I'm just doing a little backing with some tape on here since I'm going to slide in here with a little strip mache just to close this stuff off. So I want something. The backing will make it a little bit easier to apply this strip mache in here. Hope everybody had a good weekend, fun weekend. I don't know who was trying to build along. I know Linda was. I know Linda Solis was, but then she came to a halt. And I don't really blame anybody. I mean, because this one, this particular project, I'm not much of a teacher on. I think we've discussed that in the past too. Where did my paste go? Here it is. Let's clay out of the way for the moment. I'm going to play with this clay here in a bit because I think I can build some of these features out, especially around the eyes and stuff. Focus. I don't know if it's the lighting that makes that not want to focus, or just this crappy camera, or both, or one of the others. Well, it's going to be quiet tonight in the chat, looks like. Let's see, that brush is almost toast. Let's use this one. Let's get this stirred up a bit. Oh, I should have taken this water out and cleaned it up. Oh well. Oh, hey, yeah. I don't know. Got a new shirt come out. It's got a QR code on the back. The thing actually takes you to this channel, which is kind of cool. But like I was talking last week, I think what I'm going to do now that I know the QR code works is I'm going to do a shirt that's got the Wicked Gnome on it and some other things, and then I'm going to do some little special 60-second videos that kind of show the build of whatever that is from scratch, from start to end on it, set to music, and then have it on a QR code. That way, if you order a t-shirt and then you scan the QR code, you can watch a little 60-second video of how whatever creature is on the shirt was built. Kind of like an interactive t-shirt. Get it on there. Okay. And just for my reference and check, let's see how far behind my lag time is. If you can hear me, type 2 in the comments box if you would be so kind as to do that. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate that. So it's about a 3-second delay for you at least. Now I'm not going to put a bunch of layers on this spot here. I am going to go through the other side and get inside the mouth here as well. But I'm not worried about creating a lot of strength. Because by the time this goes on the body and we do a neck and everything else, there's no telling how many more layers will get added on to the backside of this jaw. No delay. We're typing another comment. Cool, cool. I was actually excited to get back on this little guy here. I was down here the other day doing some doing some work, and this thing is just sitting on the corner of the table begging to get worked on. And I wanted to work on it the other day, but I was like, no, save this for the Monday Night Lives. Doing some wife was cleaning out. Oh, it used to be Cam's closet because since we did all this stuff down here, we ran out of places to hide our junk. So we're gonna use his closet since he's gone and in the Marines. And there was an old project inside the closet that I was working on that isn't finished. I'd even forgotten about it, so I'm going to pull it out and get it finished up. Right now, also, just since I'm not really telling you what I'm doing, I might as well tell you what I'm doing. I'm just brushing some paste onto the surface and then going back in and adding the paper to it, and then adding paste over the paper, kind of painting it into place. We get this started, and I'll see if I can get this in front of the camera where you can see. So we got this little piece of paper. It's just started. You can see way down in there. I'm just going to push it back with the paintbrush. And since there's some paste on the back side there, it kind of grabs that paste and lays into place. And then I can grab a little more paste and brush it into place. This project is so much. I don't know if I want to say that this is tedious or somehow surprisingly relaxing to do. If I can keep my fingers off the wet stuff off the bottom, that'd be great. Linda, my paste mixture is just Titebond 2 wood glue and water. That's it. I adopted that quite a few years back, a long, long time ago, before anybody was talking about doing wood glue. I wasn't out there on the internet anywhere. I just got buddies that are in construction and stuff. And I know that they use a lot of Titebond on different stuff because it's got weatherproofing attributes to it. And since 90% of everything I made was made for the yard, I got away from flour and water and that stuff and just went straight wood glue Titebond. And I've never, this is for the inside the house or whatever, but I didn't make any different paste. Still the same paste. It's easy. And I couldn't tell you ratios. I mean, if you wanted a ratio, good ratio is probably like 2 parts water to 1 part glue. But then it all depends on how like runny you want it. I mean, the more glue to water you have, the stickier it is when you're doing it. The more the water's thinned out, the less sticky. You can move things around a little bit more. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure I'm losing you guys on camera angles, but I can't get inside this mouth and keep you a good camera angle. I mean, maybe if I had a GoPro stuck to my forehead. No, Linda, I don't use any flour at all. It's just Type Bond 2 and water. That's it. I started that like an easy 10 years ago. Okay, that's going to be decent enough right there. So I want to prep. I guess I'll prep a tongue first. Then we'll do some clay inside here, and then drop our tongue down in there, and then mess with some teeth. And hopefully, I didn't make any. I didn't make any new teeth. I just got some of these teeth left over from. Some of these are like a polymer clay that I had. Some of these are when I made a recipe for. Oh, I can't remember. Someone asked me what the recipe was for cold porcelain. Gosh dang it! And I told them that I just found it on YouTube somewhere, which I did. So I told them I'd go look up a video on it, and I forgot to do that. Dang it. Hi, baby. Dave's already over?
Really bad headache. I think it's my allergies.
I'm sorry.
It's like 118 unhealthy. I mean, it's pollen
118 unhealthy. Pollen count?
That's what it'll tell me whenever.
I thought you were going to say it was 118 degrees outside. I was like, what?
Hey, come on, Chance.
I
just want to say hi.
Hi. You want to say hi to everybody else?
Hi, everybody else.
All right. Hopefully these teeth aren't going to. Do we have tweezers?
Yeah.
We have tweezers?
We do.
Do we have tweezers I can use?
Let me see if I can find some real quick.
If you can, send Bree down with them since your head hurts.
That's all right. I have some over here. I don't.
Because I'm going to try. I'm hoping these teeth aren't too big. Lupin said, "Hey."
Hi, Lupin.
You know, oh my gosh, it was like it was meant to be. It's not.
What?
the size of these teeth.
Perfect.
It's as if 8 or 9 years ago when I made those, I just knew I was going to be making this guy in the
Yeah,
future
I bet.
and prep those teeth just for it. Because that is how prepared I am.
Totally.
All right, let's pull this back up here again. What am I going to make his tongue out of? I want to get a good close-up look at this.
I used to have some in here and they're all gone.
Sorry about that. I keep getting my connection's unstable. Hopefully it won't drop out again. So tongue. I need to make a tongue. What do I want to make a tongue out of? I can probably cheat it. I think I'm going to cheat a tongue here, and I want to use some of this. I want to use some of this egg card material, I think, just for the tongue, I think. That tongue at least comes to a point.
They're like kind of pointy. I hope they'll work.
Well, if you don't throw them all over the ground. Yeah, I can make those work.
You sure?
Yep. I can make those
more.
work.
I just don't know where.
I think that's too small though. I may need to make that a little bit wider. I don't
I
know.
can try to find my other pair.
No, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the tongue for this guy. Let me pull this back up again. I'm just going to pull it up on my end. Felt like when I went to share screens when I lost everybody. Yeah, his tongue is small. Let's do this. I need another pick. See if I can see his tongue. Images. Come on. Yeah, that one's a little more round. We're going to do, I think it needs, okay. So I found another reference picture for the tongue. It's a little bit more round. I think I'm going to go with that. I like the looks and feels of it. The looks and feels, the look and feel of it a little bit better than this. Still going to use egg carton stuff though. Oh, Linda, that's no fun. But see, I got with this paste never goes in the fridge ever. It's always out, just has a top on it, doesn't mold. On the clay I got, when I make my clay, I literally just put it in a Ziploc bag. I don't even put this in the freezer or in the fridge either. I don't like how when it gets cold, I don't like the way it it feels. And this is over a week old now, and I've had some that I've actually had in this for a month, actually 2 months, not in the refrigerator, and it seems to be okie dokie. Road trip, huh? Let's take advantage of. Let's take advantage of this. Oh my goodness. I mean that lays out like a tongue. Look at that. I mean, we don't have a little strip down the middle, but instant tongue. Right out of an egg carton tray. No real craziness to it. Just instant tongue. I mean, maybe we'll throw a little clay on there to make a little separation in it, but whatever. I like it. That's going to work. Thank goodness this isn't going to get wet. You'll see different renditions of this guy. Not all, it just, some of the pictures he just has normal flat teeth, and then this one he's got these kind of crazy sharp teeth. He's got these jowls that come out the side. Some of the other stuff, they don't have that in there. I think I'm just going to take a little bit of artistic liberties with his teeth. I don't think I don't have much for small and flat. I've got small and pointy, but I could probably sand some of those down. I could probably make some flat teeth. Well, let's just see how that goes. Where's my clay at? I just had it. Here's a tongue. Here's pieces of egg carton clay. Egg carton clay, just egg carton that we're not going to use as a tongue. This little tongue can go somewhere else. Get this paper out of the way for the moment. Hey, Berlina. Looping that might help too as well. You know, I never paid attention to. Well, mine's not mold resistant per se because I've had my drywall compound. If I haven't used it fast enough, it's been down here for 6 or 7 months. It's actually molded on me. All right, this is going to be like a real test because with the clay, because we're talking, this is small details, small stuff, and generally your clay, even though you got toilet paper in here, it's fibrous, right? And those fibers always kind of fighting those fibers. Where are my other? What do I got hanging out in the water over here? Spoon. Where's my other? Where's my other old faithful tool too that I always go towards? Right there. Yeah. Love you. Hello. Now, is it Natalie? Natalie Byers? You know, there's no real telling, honestly, about why it molded or whatever. Because I've had times where I've had some batches that molded up on me that I didn't expect them to mold up. It does just kind of happen sometimes. Move this a little closer. I'm just kind of filling in I'm just going to drop some little worm to this in here, I guess is one way to put it. Just to add a little texture. To the mouth. Hey Keith, what's up, man? Has Hugh gotten a hold of you yet? I'm sure you've been busy with all kinds of people getting a hold of you. I'm just curious. Okay, what did I do with? Really? Right on, Keith. Hey, whenever it's all good, I'm ready to ship whenever he gets a hold of you and gives you his info. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see, I don't know how those that looks pretty deep because of the shadows, but that's not, those textures aren't really quite that deep. But all I was doing is just running a little clay in there just to add some wrinkly texture inside the mouth so the mouth just isn't like perfectly smooth. I mean, I'm not going to jab this tongue in here, and that's going to take up a lot of space as well, but I just didn't want the inside of the mouth to be flat. Thanks, Natalie. Oh, really, Keith? You didn't know that? Yeah, a lot of pumpkin rot stuff was based off of mache. Sure enough. See if I can get this. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I got quiet. I'm really. I need different glasses now. Gosh dang it. So I'm just going in and kind of adding a little texture, little pieces on the inside of the mouth here. I'm going to do some over here too as well. More than likely, this is never going to be seen. I don't know. It might be seen. Who knows? I don't know. I know it's there, so I'm going to put it there. You guys wanted me to make freaking. I'm turning this light on. I know it's probably going to suck for you guys. Let's see how about that changes. You can still see this. This looks good. I need some more light. But I feel like this whole pumpkin head thing was more of a bit of a challenge type of a deal. So we're just going to see. Well, I'm going to see how much detail I can jam in this thing. Just using paper mache and paper mache clay. I really feel like this face has got to be like awesome because that's really kind of what sells him, right? His body's not super awesome. His body's pretty cool, but it's his kind of his face and his hands and those claws. Well, Bree, he's something else. Yeah, he might be. It might be worth saying expert level. I don't know if I'm worth saying expert, but let's give it a shot, though. Once again, I apologize. I know I've got this head turned away from you. I'll probably do some flattening out there and a little throaty piece back at the back. So let's do that. Yeah, he's going to be pretty cool, man. If in my head I'm seeing this thing looking pretty cool. So hopefully I can express what's going on in my head and make this match what I'm thinking. So right now okay, here we go. Here's a look at the inside a little bit. The way the light's hitting that, it's not super, super harsh. But I wanted some texture inside the mouth. This gives me a little bit of texture down inside here. I'll jam this tongue in here. Then I can get this line right across the front where we're going to put some teeth in. I'll do a little bit on the outside for the jowls on the outside. Then we got a little bit of, I don't know, funkiness going on up on inside there. Like maybe those are muscles or whatever. Starting to get a little front heavy. Drop you down in there. See if I can get you back where I want you to get. Oh, okay. Straighten up. Straighten up. Okay. Now I can't see the roof of his mouth and anything, any of these pictures. But I'm just going to pretend like the roof of his mouth has got like ridges in it, kind of like the top of a dog's mouth. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. But this one does. This one's got some ridging up in there. And you're probably never going to see that. That looks terrible on that camera. It's just easier to blend the camera when my work is subpar. Like, oh yeah, I mean, the camera looks terrible. Some little balls for his eyes. All balls are fun balls, no matter the size of the balls. All right. Let's get this tongue mounted into place. We're going to shove that in back there, but that needs something to rest on. Throwing a little paste on the underside of this. And once again, this is just a, saw me cut that out. It's just a piece of that little egg carton there. This, I'm afraid, is too much. Let's pull some of that off. And then with any luck, I can just take and kind of squash this into place back there. Probably just messed up everything I did on the front side of that. On top there. As a matter of fact, I know I did. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I forgot I had it on the bottom. I stuck my thumb on there. Oh, wonderful. Okay. I think that's going to work. See about getting the rest of these teeth set. Let's see. Pull this back up again. You got some flat teeth in this gum area here. We need to work the gum area on the top and then pull some stuff over it. Let's get these outside teeth kind of on there and play from there. Okay. Let's see. Well, we got 13 people watching. Nice. Hello, if you just joined. Haven't been paying attention, haven't been talking much. We're trying to make this little bitty small pumpkin head guy all out of mache. Let's see how this goes. We're going to give it a good try. Right now, I'm going to play with some teeth here. I think we're just outside. That one may have been just a bit too big. See if I can find another one close to that. Okay, those two are fairly close. Now I wonder if I can take maybe cut some of these. See if I can cut one of these down a little smaller. See if I can make these not pointy teeth. See if I can make this more of a just a small, flatter tooth that he seems to have. Okay. Guys probably can't make out what I'm doing. But basically took one of those sharp teeth, cut it down a little bit, and now on the edge it's basically round. I'm just trying to flatten it out a bit on the front side and the back side, so it looks a little more like a tooth. Because on this, if you look at that down here, these teeth, those just basically, those look like human teeth, kind of real close together here. This is gnarly here. We got one big gnarly one up here that I can do a pointer on, one there, and then these Those are almost like canines right there, but not quite. So I don't know. I might be able to do flat down here and then do all spiky up top. Give it a go. So anyway, I'm going to cut a few of these teeth down and see what I can get away with. Hopefully I have enough to try and pull this off. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these right here are just a polymer clay. That was baked in the oven. Oh my gosh, I just want that to be a little bit thinner. Okay. Hey! Oh my gosh! Rosani? Rosani. That's it. Oh my gosh. How are you? So we got 13 people. Let's see if we get a little closer here. Got 13 people watching me try to carve teeny tiny teeth out of polymer clay that I already thought was teeny tiny. Oh, come here. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get at least 6. Well, I'm glad you're doing good. Hope everybody's doing good. Keith, are you about ready for MHC, man? That's this weekend, isn't it? Here, let's see if I can make you guys nervous. Whoa! Oh no, where'd you go? That tooth was actually, hang on. There it is. Woo, found him. Found him. Tiki's in the scare. Man, I don't think I've seen the scarecrow, dude. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I haven't. I don't think I have. My freaking Facebook feed and stuff gets so much junk on it all the time. Not as junk, but it's just a lot of people are on my feed. Yeah, about to create a story time. I remember this one time when I was on a live, and I chopped my finger off in front of everybody. All for a little bitty pumpkin head tease. I mean, my eyesight, I've been fighting my eyesight going kind of out in left field. But man, this is so small and so just white. I'm honestly having a hard time seeing this. Hey, Sherry. Should have been a dentist. Just a couple of misfits. Just a couple of nitwits. Should have been a dentist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have 6? Okay, I've got 6 little bitty teeth here. I'm going to see if I can get this bottom front gum line in and these stabbed in. Here's the only problem, though, and I guarantee this is going to happen. And at this point, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to add a little layer of paper clay right here on the top side of this jaw, right on this kind of gum line here. Then I'm going to take those 4 little teeth and I'm going to stab them down into that, which is all said and good. And tonight it may look good and it may even look like it's holding up good. But as that dries, I guarantee that's going to shrink. And when it shrinks, the holes that are holding the teeth, I guarantee are going to get bigger. So there's a good chance that by tomorrow morning, teeth are basically falling back out, and then I'll have to go back in and reset them and glue them and try to sculpt around them. I'm guessing. I'm guessing because that's the type of stuff I've dealt with in the past with stuff not even this small. But we're going to go ahead and give it a try. Anyway, oh, I hope some of these just look like little squares. I don't know. Hopefully this works. I'm not worried about the gums falling out. They won't fall out. They might be too thick. You know what? Let's do this different. Let's pull that off of there. Let's do this. Let's cut into our jaw here. Okay. I pulled the clay out, back out that I put in there, and I cut kind of a hole back down into this jaw piece. Now I'm going to take and stuff these teeth into that. And then we'll bring some of this paper clay, maybe, up around the teeth. Let's try this again. Okay, this might work. Mm. That needs to be thinned down a little bit. Oh, dang it. I had a pretty decent tooth there and I broke it. Let's see if I can get this going. The struggle is real, y'all. Dead End, what's up, man? Did I cut that? Did I cut enough out to fit two more? All right, so there's some focus. Cannot get it to focus. Gosh dang it. There we go. Got some little bitty teeth in here now for the front side of that lower jaw. I think that's how we're going to have to do that. I'm probably going to just drip. Oh, do I have any super glue? If I had super glue, that'd be awesome. I'll just do some glue down inside those teeth here just to hold them into place. And then I'm going to have to come back later with clay to build the gums up. Okay. Yeah, you're going to MHC too, aren't you? That display was looking pretty freaking wicked, man. I like that door. I like that texture. I need to get some hard coat to hard coat some of the foam stuff I did for that facade I did last year. Wanting to do more of the facade, add on to it this year, so probably need to buy some hard coat. Oh, I almost lost this tooth. Gosh dang it. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come here. Let's get one more chopper in over here. Gosh dang it. Okay, this is officially the first time that I've had to use tweezers on any project I've ever made. Okay. So there we are with that bottom. Yeah, that's that bottom row kind of right in there. And he's got more all the way around, but I think I'm calling that good. Holy cow, that's a pain. Now I got to find some glue so we can do there. Yeah, a few of you guys freaking rallied for Pumpkinhead that night. I should have said we were going to make him full size. That would have saved some headache. I need some glue. Do I not have any glue? Come on. Now. I get the special lock combination to get this open up. Whoa. Really? Really? Okay, come on. That's fingernail polish. That tacky glue ain't gonna do it, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's do it like this. This will have to sit overnight to dry, but I will. I don't have any super glue on me, so I'm going to use a little Tight Bond 2 and let it kind of float down inside there. Yeah, it's going to take all night for it to dry, but just try to be careful. I was looking for super glue, Keith. Well, this will work. I wanted something I was going to tack up a little quicker, so I could get more done on the head in one setting. But now I got to be super careful. And then, really? Could have swore I had some toothpicks down here too. Could have swore I had all kinds of stuff down here. Now let's make a toothpick out of a match. And let's add just a Okay, that should be running enough. And all I'm doing with this is just getting a drop of glue to gosh dang it. There we go. Okay. Now, where'd that tool pick go that I had? There it is. Ah. I apologize. I'm in 100% concentration mode at the moment. Well, let's just leave that like that and see what happens. All right, what I got? Jay Webster, no worries, just watching. I'm really not happy. Well, just like the third eye that disappeared into his head, I just lost a tooth inside the jaw. those last two teeth I really didn't like. So let's see if we can. See if I can put a couple in there that are a little bit bigger. God dang it. Really? Man, I may have to quit tonight. I'm going to redo one more tooth, but these little front teeth are. Hey, Dead End, thanks for the freaking super chat. I appreciate that so much. All that stuff goes to the channel. Since he started it, let's do a little self promotion. If you guys like the live streams, which are kind of fun, I hope you do. Yay. But if you like the channel and want to support it, you could always consider joining Patreon for $2 or $5 a month. Nothing more than a cup of coffee or a soda. Or even super chats to support the channel. All super chats, all that stuff, all goes to this channel between supplies, maybe new video cameras, if I could ever get that much money, computers, things like that. Anything to make this more entertaining. We are going to get back on the bandwagon of trying to do once a week or once every 2 weeks truly edited videos and not just these live things. I do appreciate the support. Let's try to get another tooth stabbed in here. I don't know. These teeth are moving around so much. I may have to get these in place and then just stop and let these dry up. And if I do that, then the next question is, you guys that are following along, do you want me to hold off and wait next week? Or because during the week I could go ahead and throw the other teeth and the top side of this head and everything else, and maybe next Monday we can move along with more stuff. I just haven't gotten any further on this because I've been specifically holding off, waiting for these nights. I need some more stories to tell. I got stories. They're not all Halloween related, but I got some stories. Natalie, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, chatting, talking, and bearing with some of this junk here. Get back in there. Get back in there. This side of the mouth, I poked the hole's a little too big. So it's allowing these teeth to sink further than I want them to. And that's what's causing me my problems. Okay, can you guys see that? Focus. Hello. Focus. Anyway, there are some teeth in there. It won't get into focus, so we should. Come on, focus. You can kind of see those in there. We'll see about getting these two on the side here. Nope, I don't want to put it there. I want to put it more like here. Come back here. You know what? That was just more on the outside. I'm just going to. Okay, because that shows more on the outside. I'm going to pull that hole back through where you can't see it. Look at that. Never touched it. I'm going to carve the outside of this flat, and then I'm going to glue this in place. And then we'll add clay around it later. Okay, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not, but yeah, it's not going to focus. I kind of made a flat spot on there. Good night, Keith. Thanks, bro. He's coming along. This is one of the first projects in a long time that's made me feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, let's do that. And we're just going to glue him into place. Yes. Okay. Oh, shit. If I could get that to focus up. We got some teeth out here on the outside and those ones down on the inside there. Just doesn't want to focus on it. Yeah, right, Lloyd. It was Keith. Who was the original suggester of this? I don't remember. All I remember is everybody going nuts saying, yeah, do it. That's all I remember. Hey, Rosani, thanks for freaking stopping by and chatting for a while. Yeah, Luke can send him a bill, huh? Send him a bill. Can't, well, Dead End's been pretty good about sending a super chat when he's on here, so I can't complain. I can't complain too much anyway. I mean, I guess I can complain. I'm just going to glue these things into place, and then I'm going to build gums around them. That's the direction we're going to go. This is kind of fun, but this is kind of stressful a little bit. It's stressful just because I'm doing this live. I've never done this before. So there's no hiding my mistakes along the way. You guys get to see it as it happens. And then I worry about entertainment factor. So let's see if we do this one. Come here. Okay, I've got to shape this out a little bit because that sticks out. It needs to be like a 45. I'm just going to go for it and stick it into place. I'm not going to be able to tell if I'm in camera view or not because I just moved this reference photo right over the top of what showed my camera so I could see chat in case you guys were saying anything or asking anything. Oh, get back on there. Hey, Linda's still here. Keith isn't here, so he did it. Well, I believe there, Lloyd, that Master is pushing it. Who won your mask, man? And you said you got it shipped out. I'm still waiting on Hughes info so I can get this pumpkin out of here. He's done and ready to travel. Well, I still got to box him up, but other than that, get off my finger. He's ready to go. That's interesting. So I've got wet paper clay. On the top side of this mouth here. And now I'm trying to hot glue fangy type teeth to it. And the hot glue kind of doesn't exactly want to adhere to the wet paper clay for some reason. I mean, I just don't understand why it doesn't want to do it, but it just doesn't want to do it. I just can't imagine why it wouldn't want to do it. Let's get another one. I got another kind of smaller one like that. Is that close to the same length? Kinda. Mm. Yeah, pretty much for me, the biggest challenge with this guy is his size. I've never really tried to do something. Well, I've done some smaller stuff, but I've never tried to do something basically this small with this amount of detail in it. Okay, and he's got about 3 or 4 up in here, but they're kind of small. So let's just cut a few down and see what we can do with this. What are you doing, kitty? Hey, hey, hey. I'm working here. Huh? I'm using little bitty teeth and you're running all over the place here. You're going to knock my stuff off the table. You know what, Joey? I don't know, man. I'm asking myself that same question. Probably air. I might airbrush into there a little bit. You know, I don't know. One problem at a time. Generally, you're correct on that. I will paint the inside first before I set teeth and stuff. But I am trying to push this project along a little bit too at the same time. My airbrush isn't the best though. I don't really have airbrush paint per se either. At least I haven't ever purchased any. Everything's pretty much acrylics, and I've watered down my acrylics in the past to play with my airbrush, and that always seems to clog up too pretty quick. Man, he's got 4 teeth together right there. Maybe this will look so cool just in, you know, mache paste and glue that it won't even need paint. Huh? How about that? You could always say that. Yeah, dude, I've used rattle can for doing some painting. But I really like to blend, right? A lot. I like to do a lot of highlights, things like that, and that's why I need to play more with the airbrush. Because airbrush, you can cheat and do a lot of highlighting real quick and easy. Like I said, I need a better airbrush, but I got in the habit of all the old tutorials I used to do. Got in the habit of doing everything with a brush and cheap acrylic paints because I know that most people can get a hold of a cheap brush and cheap acrylic paints to make something. So I just kind of stuck with that. And there were a lot of people back in the day who started out doing tutorials and they started with brushes and then they went to airbrushes, which that's all good. And I'm a big proponent of if you can afford tools, whatever those tools are to make your job easier, that is definitely the way to go. But when I was doing all this at the beginning was really just to kind of help and show people what you can make can do with really basically a bunch of trash, and paintbrush and some paints. And I've stayed that way for the most part. Like I see people now that do these tutorials, and they're like, yeah, we did this, and we just threw this on our 3D printer, and we just made this part and that and the other, and da 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 da. And this is how we got together. And the guys make some cool stuff, but I'm like, does the average Joe or the average person that really doesn't have, maybe they don't have a lot of money, maybe they're just trying to make something, how do they have the money to buy a freaking 3D printer? Yeah, 3D printers are awesome. You can make whatever you want to with them, but they're expensive, So I've tried to stay in the whole concept of making something from nothing, right? That's been my tagline. That's why I tried to grow this whole channel on. The end goal for me would be able to make a living doing this, having supporters that are on Patreon enough to support me to be able to keep making tutorials and doing more stuff, and then maybe even having some things to sell. But the whole point of the channel was to be like, hey, you don't have to spend a lot of money on expensive stuff. You don't have to necessarily have to have latex. You don't have to have this. And you can still make some really cool stuff to put out in your yard or whatever, just out of just junk and materials that you've got around your house. That was the premise of what I was about, or what this channel was about. Because there's a lot of easier ways to make certain props and do different things, right? A lot of materials and stuff that are out there that are way, way easier, make things way, way faster. But there's a cost associated with that. So when I've done Halloween my whole life, I've been like yard hunting for 20 plus years, something like that. And back in the day, now I could afford maybe to splurge on some stuff here and there, but I don't for the most part. So, the biggest thing is, where the hell was I going? The reason I started with it is I started doing this stuff is because back when I was hunting and wanting to do things, I didn't have money to spend $200 and $300 on a mask or whatever, or some kind of prop or something like that. But I still wanted something cool for the yard. That's what got me into doing this, because it was relatively cheap. Now, yeah, Type Bond 2 more expensive than flour and water. Yeah, absolutely it is, but it holds up in the rain better. But still, yet for a guy on a budget, even with inflation, this is still like $22 or $23. That's not too bad. You can get quite a bit of mix out of this, and you use it for clay. And even the big, what sucks is I buy a big thing of joint compound. That used to be $8. Now it's $25. But if you make a lot of stuff with it, you're only, my clay recipes, it's 2 cups of joint compound. So you can get a whole lot of, clay out of one of those and really get your money's worth. So that's why I try to do all that stuff. Yeah, dead end. Harbor Freight does have some awesome cheap airbrushes. I almost bought one. I've got one here. I bought a Pache a long time ago. Spent a little bit of money on it. It's an okay airbrush. Works pretty decent. But then I had a buddy who bought, I don't even know where it's at now. And I played with it. He bought what is this thing? He bought this and then didn't do anything with it. And then he gave it to me. Don't know what brand that is, but he wound up giving this to me. And I've sprayed with it. Actually, I've spray tanned my wife with it more than once. And I think it would do good paint, but I haven't played with it too much. Where are we at? Grimwood Hollow out of Burbank, California. I know that name. Why do I know that name? I don't remember. Okay. where are we at? And how long we've been on this? 2.5 hours. Okay, so see if I can get this to focus on this face. Kind of recap where we're at. Another 10 people watching again. So let's see, focus. So we got the teeth started in. You still can't see these bottom little 4 teeth in here. They're pretty small. But I think I'm going to put some gum line in there and stuff. I think they'll stand out with some paint. These teeth, yeah, I glued these all to the outside, but I'm going to come in with some paper clay and go over the tops of these and just kind of make a gum line and hide all that. And then we'll do that gnarled lip line over the top. And I don't know if I'm going to do that with clay or if I'm just going to do that with like paper towels and stuff. I do probably need to accentuate this. I can probably go ahead and accentuate these areas right here tonight, make these stand out a little bit better, maybe go ahead and get some stuff over the eyes. It all depends on, we're 2 hours and 20 minutes into this thing. How long do you guys really want to watch me do this until you're so bored that you can't handle it anymore? I want to get a comparison to the body here. I still think the head almost feels too small. Maybe not. It's not looking too bad. We'll have a thicker neck. When I accentuate it, I'm going to bring this up, this brow out, that brow out. I'm also going to do some clay and bulbous out the head a little bit more here and here. So maybe we can make the head feel bigger. Maybe I'll have to cut into the body a little bit and thin the body out some more, because I could cut some more out of that body. I don't know. It doesn't look too awful bad. I don't know. I want a wow factor in it. You know, I want this killer wow factor in it. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. Sometimes I let myself think I'm better than what I actually am. Hey, Charlotte, glad you popped in. Well, have a good night. Emily Rose, hey, thanks. Yeah, it's going to look pretty cool. Linda, yes, you can make teeth out of the paper mache clay. It's going to be hard to make them that small. You might be able to get away with rolling kind of a thin, kind of a roll and let it dry and then cut it and try to shave it down or sand it down. It's going to be probably your best way. It's just real small stuff like this, like real small teeth. It gets really hard with the paper mache clay because you still got that paper fiber in there. It's just, especially at this size, it's the paper fiber is huge compared to what we're trying to do here. So that's what I'm kind of fighting with right now. But it could all be sanded too as well. So that's why I say this has been a challenge, because I'm used to most things that I've made that have this kind of detail in it are at least human size. Not quite as small. So I guess I can bring some of these. I guess I could do a little bit over the eye in here. I can go ahead and make, you know, this area a little more prominent, because it's not very prominent right now. So I can stand that out a little bit, stand this out a little bit, and kind of deal with the face a little bit. And then maybe even slap just some junk up on here on the back of the head, and I think I can do that without disturbing these teeth quite so much. Let's see. But I am going to go run and make a beverage real quick. So if you're going to hang, awesome. If I get back and everybody's just gone, then I'll call it quits for tonight. All right. Well, there's 6 of you here, so um, we'll continue to go. Joey, are you going? Well, good night, Joey, if you're going to bed. I don't blame you. Let's see about, yeah. Let's just see what we can do. I'm going to ruin some brushes if I don't. Put them up. All right. let's just use what we got here. And I'm going to pull this back up. So I can see that. Kind of getting somewhere. That's way too much right there. Well, I can't believe there's still 5 of you here. Trying to get these two sides as. See, and I told you I put these teeth on here, and I thought they needed to dry a little bit longer. Well, I figured I should probably leave it alone and let it dry overnight, and I didn't. I went ahead and started doing this stuff, and I already got a tooth I knocked loose. Right, right. It is, man. I don't need perfect symmetry. I just need it to read close enough to trick your eye. Just need to fool your eyes. That's it. And for a little bit. I just need to fool you long enough while you look at a picture of it on the internet when it's all done and you're like, dang. Yeah, symmetry's a pain. And then with paper clay, at least this homemade paper clay, getting down this small, you're not always guaranteed to get the same texture consistency. You may have a little more paper balled up in an area than the other clay that you laid down, and it looks real good. So that's always a battle and a struggle. You guys can't see anything I'm doing. I apologize. Just trying to put a little expression into these brows. When this dries, it's going to shrink. It is going to change expression some. So I'm just trying to give it a decent start on the expression now. That way maybe I won't have to add too much more clay to it afterwards, but I got a feeling I'm going to wind up I think I'm going to wind up skinning this with either paper towel or something like that. That eyeball there is set back. It's in a different spot than the other one, and that's screwing me up. Oh. It's definitely throwing the symmetry off on this thing for sure. Let's see if I can add just a... So that's making that stuff on the side a little more pronounced. Eye socket areas are a little more pronounced. It's still really wet and mushy looking. So it's going to dry. It's going to shrink. I'm going to leave it alone. And I'm going to let it shrink up a little bit. I feel like I need to get some more clay like inside around this eye area. But everything's moving so much on me, especially since it's so small. I'm going to let this stuff dry up. And then see about adding some more clay to it later on down the road. So far, let's see, let's move you out of the way. Come here, tools. So far, I would say that's a pretty decent start to the head. Yes, I've got to add a gum line all around these teeth, which is going to be really interesting. Hey, Dirty Santa, what's up? That's going to be an interesting thing to pull off with this clay. But we'll see if we can't get her done. But I think it's going to come together pretty good. I think what I'll do this week, that way I can move this project, if I get some free time, move this project along a little bit. I'll probably go ahead and work and do the gum line on this and do some stuff on the teeth there. That way, maybe next week when I get in here, I can work on just creating this upper lip and some ridging with some paper towels and stuff in here. And we can put some, I may go ahead and do it too. When this dries up, I may go ahead and take some extra clay and make all this area just a little bit fatter and bigger. Kind of like what this looks like here. Let me pull this up so I can move it around. Woo! Didn't want to do that. So this area in here, it kind of really pokes out and down. It's kind of gnarly, so I don't have to be smooth. Look how weird and crazy that texture is. So I can basically just kind of glop on some clay just to get us some kind of bulking in those areas and make that bigger. Because then when I do like paper towel over the top of that, I can just be real haphazard with the paper towel to create these funky textures in here on the head and pull that stuff together. So that won't be too bad. So I think maybe while this is waiting, while we're waiting for next week, I might go ahead and clay that, bulbous that out, make that a little bit bigger, work on the gum line there so that stuff's done. That way, basically, all we have to do is sit around and play with some paper towel to create the lips on the outer lips on that, and then our cheek areas in here, and then do some crazy stuff on top, and put some eyelids in over the eyes and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that and not wait on you guys, so I can get this pushed a little bit further. Dude, I'm just trying, right? This one's really weird because the goal of the normal channels is normal videos is to be entertaining. The goal in this was to be entertaining, but basically it was to teach you guys how to make something and do a build along, and here we are on this. So it's always in the back of my head that what I'm doing right now and what you guys are watching is low value, not very good entertainment or whatever, because there's a lot of dead space with me just concentrating trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I apologize that this is not very entertaining, but oh well, but I do appreciate all you guys that are hanging out, that have hung out. We got 5 of us. 5 of us are hanging for the long haul. Dude, it'd be cool if we get 10, 20, 30 people that were interested in this type of junk, just hanging out and talking, you know, and learning something. But I want to stop here. I'm going to go relax for a little bit this evening before I go to bed. We'll let that dry. I'll move him further along. Yeah. I'm gonna move further. I'm gonna move him further along this week if I get some time, since this is not a real tutorial. And then the next Monday Night Live, we're doing something that I'm familiar with that I can teach you guys, and so you guys can build along. I want you guys to build along because I want to see progress pictures, all that good stuff. Everybody that started building along on this has stopped. And I wish they would continue to build along. Dead End, thanks for being here. Good night. Dirty Santa, thank you. I appreciate that. Lupin, good night. I will see you all next Monday, unless I do something special through the week. I'll see you all next Monday. Keep an eye out because all the stuff's done. I got all this crap in here is done. Real quick, that guy back there, right there. I'm going to start working on him again and getting his video finished up, so keep an eye out. I want to start doing those videos like Friday nights or Saturday mornings or something. So start keeping a lookout on the channel for pre-made video that's not live, for all this other stuff that I'm going to start building. And nice little 20-minute, 15, 20-minute videos on building something. So look forward to that in the future. All you guys that have been hanging out, appreciate it. Good night, all of you. You guys rock. Go make something from nothing.